This is KUGAN CASSIUS. This week on Raw the Fight Within podcast, delighted to be joined by Mr. Shane Fury.
Oh, one of the biggest names you had on this podcast.
I think it is, to be fair.
Oh my God.
I think you're
definitely the heaviest.
I think you might be top 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I've done 60.
I am only joking, by the way.
Mr. No Social Media.
Yeah, 0. I don't.
Why? Why is that? Just before we get into it.
Why? I'm just not interested in none of it, to be fair. There'll be 4 people around the table looking at one another, having the shittest time ever, and then they'll take a 30-second clip off the phone and they'll be bouncing and laughing, and then when they put the phone down, it's all back to reality. Shit, looking at the phone. So I think it's false, and I don't live in that. I'm just a farmer. Not a farmer as in a farmer, but just old-fashioned, not interested in it.
Because there was a point where I didn't ever see your dad having it. But then your dad got Instagram, didn't he? But there was a point where I didn't think your dad would ever go on social media.
I'm not interested in it. It's no benefit to me. Do you know what it is? I do these interviews for no benefit of my own at all. Like, it's no... I don't want to try and climb up and be someone. Or want to get... I'm doing this interview because I've knew you a long time. And you asked me. And I've done... Listen, I knew you a long time and you've always been right. The rest of the interviews, I'll do them on Fight Week with Tyson, about Tyson and nothing else. I'm not interested. I'm not trying to get somewhere, or I'm not trying to get me my little hands in somewhere and try and get contacts or anything. I'm just not interested in it, because when Tyson goes from boxing, what's probably never going to end. I've got two other boys that start what's boxing now. They're quite good, so probably not going to end. But if it wasn't Tyson boxing, I wouldn't be involved in boxing at all, which I'm not really now, but only through Tyson, and I'm emotionally invested with it for years. So with Tyson, but once he goes, and if the boys get to a certain age and they decide that they don't want to do it, it won't. I'm not in it. I'm not in it to try and do something or whatever. It's just what it is.
You do come across like that. You've always come across like someone that you're not jumping in front of cameras, and you're not trying to get interviewed all the time. Obviously, people naturally have come to you over the years and asked you, and you've been polite, and you'll do stuff during fight week, but you're not someone who strikes me as wanting that kind of fame and, I'm Tyson's brother and I want to put myself in front of the camera. You've never come across like that. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, I'm not generally not interested of it. Yeah, it just don't interest me at all. I'm quite doing a good job, really, aren't I? Because a lot of people know me. I go everywhere. I went to Manchester the other day, and I was like, oh, I must have took... it wouldn't have been no difference if Tyson was there anyway. I took that many photos, so it's probably a bad thing when I go to someone's door and try and quote them for a job of some sort. I don't know. Listen, it's probably better off giving your money to someone you know rather than you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so it is what it is. But in boxing, it's been a proper experience. We've met some proper cockroaches, proper like, proper like, low people like, and they're only and proper like experience, like, because before we take people as a face value. When Tyson first turned pro, there was no contracts. It was an handshake. The man said he's going to do it. That's what he's going to do, and that's what it was. And obviously, going on, a handshake don't work in cockroach society. So we met a handful of good people and a lot of bad people, and opened our eyes to like what it is, because in business there is no friends.
Have you found being in boxing or being and knowing kind of what goes in with the business side of boxing, it does make you fall out of the love of the sport? If you were just watching boxing as a fan, you wouldn't really be that invested in what happened too much behind the scenes, and with, like you said, that kind of mentality of that, how you use that word cockroach. But do you feel like when you know what goes on in boxing, it does change your kind of the way you watch boxing sometimes, or think about boxing sometimes?
Not that I think about it, because I that was probably the mindset 10 years ago when all this become fresh. So that's all normal now.
Yeah.
But I watch like interviews and different things of people what's probably not as advanced in that department as what we are. Not like I am advanced, but like I've seen what goes on, and I know what the crack is, and I know what I've only seen, and I just say, why don't you just do it? Well, sometimes you just can't do it. You know what I mean? It's like because reasons what you might know, what might not know, we know because it's just it's normal. Listen, I've got a very poor word selection. So cockroach was the only word I knew.
That's all right. That sums up a couple of people I've come across in boxing over the years. So yeah, we'll go with cockroach.
Cockroach.
If you could change one thing in your life right now, nothing to do with boxing, just one thing in your life, what would it be?
I would change my eating habit because I've got a problem. But it's not just me. My full family's got a problem of eating. We don't smoke, rarely drink on occasions. If you want to go out for a beer now, I'll go out with you and drink as much as I can drink till I fall on my face. But after that, I don't want to see it for 6 months. So we haven't got a problem there. Training wise, I'm big now, but I can go in the gym and I can do 10 rounds on the bag, and I can do a proper gym session, quite fit. Obviously, at slug's pace, and probably not no good. But the eating, it's we've all got a problem. So yeah, if I could change that, yeah, everything's perfect in my life.
Yeah,
honest. My kids are lovely. I've got a lovely wife. I've got mother and father still healthy and strong. My brothers are flying, all of them.
yeah.
Listen, from the ones what's superstars to the ones what's normal bits of fellas, we're all doing very well. We're all got lovely families and that. We're all out of trouble, and at the minute we're all healthy and strong. So I couldn't ask for anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the only thing I could ask for is the only thing I could ask for is if I could just crack the eating job, which is an impossibility.
Is it?
Yeah, I can't do it. Fuck it. Listen, I go on a diet for a month and then eat everything in front of me for 2 months. It's just one of them. But lucky enough, I hover out about 23 stone, 24 stone, which is way too heavy, isn't it? But yeah, you've asked me what could have changed, and that's what it'd be.
This next one, I'm not going to specifically ask you, but do you ever think, or can you think, if your family like weren't in boxing, what you guys would be doing now, what you'd be doing? I know you're not kind of a fighter now, so we know you've kind of dabbled in the past, but if your family wasn't in boxing now, what do you think all you guys would be doing?
I think Tyson would have been successful in anything he would have done. You know, because if he goes picking the litter up outside, guarantee he's done a good job. You know what I mean? If he's washed a car down, guaranteed it's sparkling and there's not a drip on it. So with that mentality, he's got that bit of a crazy way. I think if you put the same in anything, what you put into boxing, you'd be successful. Not far bit. Generally, probably where we are now, because with Tyson is a very wealthy fella, cash rich. Tyson is, yeah. He's got banks full of money, tax paid, very rich, and he's about to earn a truck full more. There's not one of my brothers or myself what's had anything off of Tyson. Not a bean. He gave me a watch about. I don't know, 10 years ago. He gave it to me. I put it up for when he wants it. It's there. I'm not going to wear Tyson's watch. It's his watch, you know what I mean? So, yeah, probably no different where we are now because we're our own man. And that's why I like it.
So you've never worn the watch that he gave you 10 years ago?
No. It's his watch. It was his watch before he gave it to me. It wasn't like he went to the shop and bought it, mate. He said, yeah, there's a watch for you. I never had a watch. He gave me it. I've not wore it. It's his watch. It's there, you know. Whether I've got it or he's got it, it's still.
Yeah,
you know.
I get that.
But the good thing about Tyson having hundreds of millions and money, really, what we can't spend because we're not that stupid.
Yeah.
You know, we've got no interest of private jets and yachts and anything else. My my idea of fun is all of us getting together and just being traditional. You know, I like. What do I like? I like going to Costco, spending 300 quid on a bit of shit. Yeah, like you've been to Costco.
Yeah, of course.
So you can get all this party food and that there. So I like being the host actually. I'll go there, do 300 quid. You'll feed 50 people, light a fire like we do at most bonfires. Yeah. We'll get a load of fireworks. Tyson got 10 grand worth of fireworks last year. We come with our 1.5 worth a piece, yeah, to put it all together. Tyson come with a fucking. It was generally 10 to 20 grand worth of fireworks. Yeah. And we let them all off, and it was like, this is good. But I like, that in a bit of an open. Listen, we had Wellingtons on. We come in full of mud, and it was lit a fire, and it was. That's my idea of having a nice time watching the kids play with each other, with no cockroaches about, with our own people. Listen, me and my brother John Boy, we argue 4 times a month.
Over what?
Over shite, nothing, absolutely nothing. He can wake up in the wrong mood, or I can wake up in the wrong mood. I just see each other, and he drive past me. I'll call him a prick, but it means nothing.
Yeah,
it means nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, my dad and John Boy's never spoke in 12 months. They come over, they're over here talking like a good like best mates. It's good to see.
Oh, really?
But just normal things. So going on. I don't know where it is. I keep on getting lost because I'm not that clever. But going on like expensive holidays, which we do go on, and I thoroughly enjoy them when we do go on them, and bits and bats. But when we do that, when we're halfway through the holiday, I want to get back to me home.
Yeah.
And just back to normal. Go feeding animals. Go out to work and whatever. So yeah. So we do that. So the moral of the story is the money what Tyson's got, it can't be spent with the lifestyle we live.
Yeah.
Not because we're tight and Tyson will say, oh, I'll buy the cheap Coke. Tyson will go on a spending spree and go and spend 50 grand in Harrods. Yeah. It's just what it is. Like, but on a day-to-day thing, he's thinking about, it's all right me made it, but what about me kids? If I'm living this lifestyle, what are my kids going to be? My kids are going to be no good. So he tries to ground himself and ground his kids to try and value the cost of money. So the question is, with what was that? So, yeah, we're normal people, but the good thing about Tyson having hundreds of millions in his bank, it's nice that you've got a fall in line, isn't it?
Of course.
You know, if an opportunity comes across and there's a place there that I can't afford, I say, Tyson, buy the place, simple. But again, I've probably not got the brains to do that, because listen, unless it comes and hits me around the lips 3 times and says buy me and says there's 4 million quid left in it, I probably won't buy it because I'm not that clever. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Just left alone, do what I do, honest.
Yeah, it is one for you. So something I've seen amongst travelling families is something really bizarre, and you might do the same thing. If you're not talking to your brother, say you ain't spoke to him for 2 months, you still sit in the room with one another, yeah?
Not by herself.
Okay, not by yourself, but there could be other people there.
It makes no difference. There is no fallout amongst brothers.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you're not talking to your brother, but there's other people, you'll sit in a room. But will you talk to your brother through someone else?
No.
Oh, I've seen that.
Just talk directly to him.
Right.
Because it means nothing. What we'll fall out over, what's an illustration what we'll fall out over? I've took the rubbish pickers. And he's woke up in an upset mood and he shouted at me, I've told him, go fuck yourself. Yeah? Because I've took his rubbish pickers, you know what I mean? Or I don't know, just daftness, so it makes no difference at all.
Do you remember the first ever fight you got into? Ever?
First ever fight I got into? I've had loads of little bits as a kid. Loads, as a young
one
kid.
that stood out?
Not really. I was always a lot bigger than everyone, so it was quite easy for me to. I never did. Not like I'm a big killer now, but as a kid I was like undefeated.
On the streets.
Listen, I can remember once. Yeah, this was nowhere near the first fight I had as a kid. Yeah, there was a travellers gathering. What we went to. I can't remember. I would have been probably about 11-year-old. And we went to, it's called a convention in Oxford. Yeah, we was all pulled on there and that there. And my brother John Boy. Like, we've come up from a family, yeah, where in our mind, I thought my dad was the best man ever, which he was at the time. Listen, big rough man, boxed all his life, as fit as a fiddle and as rough as a bastard, yeah. So, and I've seen what's went on behind closed doors and so on. So as kids, we walking around like, I had in my mind that I could just crack someone if he was a big man or not, like, because whatever.
And they gang over.
No, I've seen like a load of shit. I sound like an absolute idiot now, but so my dad does it. He's a big man, and I was terrified of him. And everywhere he goes, most other people are scared of him. Yeah. So as a kid, we're going round, never like bullying or brash or want to pick on someone. But if anyone young kids wanted to have a fight, we'd never say no, and was quite confident in having a fight. Yeah. And I can remember once we was in Oxford, and my cousin Rico, yeah, he's died now. He got murdered last year, and he was just a small fella, same age as me. Not small, but like a normal kid.
Yeah.
And we was on there, and travelling kids in like, I don't know, must have been up there, London or everywhere. I can remember a couple of times getting asked for a spar, yeah, and I'd say, yeah, come on then. Get the gloves out. No spar, no glove. No spar. Yeah. We'll spar with no gloves. So I said, all right then. And it never. And the first time it happened, it happened somewhere else. I'll go back there in a minute. It happened somewhere else, and a spar. You really want to spar? This fellow was a lot smaller than me, same age as me. And I went crack. Me pal, I've been playing with him all day, but he's asked me for a spar, and it was only a spar. So where's the gloves? No gloves, and I've done it. Cracked him and. He's run off. That was it, yes. That was that. Anyway, my cousin Rico, going back to the Hamner convention, loads of travelling children up and down. We're all playing up and down, doing what we're doing. And the spars, it's become a thing on that convention. Let's have a spar, no gloves on. So it's a fight, really, innit? And he had about, generally, 6 fights on there. And he won them all. And every one of them was rough. Do you know what I mean? It was head back, dish bash, punching, nose busted and that there. And I can remember I had two people asked me. I can remember like it was yesterday. 2 people asked me, and obviously I knew the crack, and I just went sock. Twice of them, the 2 of them was like 1 punch knockouts, not knockouts, but 1 punch wins, and that felt good. But yeah, that's about the only fights I've had.
Do you remember a point in your life where you felt like you were fighting a losing battle in your life? Whatever you were doing, just it weren't happening for you.
No, my life has never been that deep. No, generally I've never, and don't delve into stuff that deep. And it's never do it. Never, to talk like that to me is like, no, never felt that at all. So yeah, I'm pretty lucky that way.
What are the everyday battles for you then, when you wake up in the morning? Have you got any?
No, I told you the only battle I've got.
That's the only one.
It's the food, and I know I'm eating it. And I feel rough after I've had it, but I keep on eating, bastard. That's the only thing. Everything else is perfect. So yeah, I haven't got no mental battles. The mental battles will be I enjoy normal life. I enjoy getting up, going to work, picking the lads up, doing what I do. I enjoy it.
Are you easily aggravated?
No.
Does it take a lot for someone to kind of...
No, I can have an argument with that window there. Just listen, everyone knows I'm the highest opinionated person in the world. I woke up today with a bit of a grumpiness about me, and I've had 4 heated discussions today. But yeah, I can get aggravated, but I'm just normal. Everyone, it can't be a good day every day, can it? Just normal.
Would you call yourself an emotional person?
Oh, cry at the spit. Listen, have you ever watched the movie The Champ?
Yeah.
You watched it, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I cried my eyes out and couldn't stop crying. Me and the missus was crying, yeah? Crying to each other. Not with a tear. I was going, couldn't help myself from crying. And, yeah, certain things trigger me. Like, I tell you what triggers me every time. Tyson's ring walk when he walked out Wilder 2, Patsy Cline.
Yeah.
Not because of Tyson's, that ring walk, because what the song meant before us. Before it happened, you know what I mean? That was my mum's song. So for some reason or another, that makes me emotional. A lot emotional character. I'm not a tough guy at all.
Like I've seen you obviously after a lot, well, the majority of Tyson's fights and dressing rooms around the ring after, and you seem very kind of highly strung and emotional because of what's just occurred for your brother. But I've seen that for a few years now, since Dusseldorf more so.
We're all pansies when it comes to that. Listen, a lot of us. The only one what's stone cold is John Boy. He is stone cold. I've never seen him cry ever.
Really?
Yeah, never. I don't think so. Oh, when he's been drunk on occasion, and and he's gone like that. But yeah, I've never seen him. Huey, he'll cry if I cry, and Tyson, he's a sop, and my dad's a bigger sop than what he is. So yeah, we're all pussies in that department. But John Boy's stone cold. Honest, I've never seen him cry at all.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's funny how he's the only one you're picking out your brothers that are that way.
No, I've never seen him cry. He can hold it in. Me, I'll just have a cry. If you start crying and I don't know you, I'll cry. Simple as that.
I'm not asking for a regret here, but if you could go back in your life and handle any situation differently, would you go back and handle any situation that's happened in your life differently? Not a regret, like, because obviously you are where you are now because of everything that's led to this, but...
I've got one what springs into mind, but I can't go into it.
Okay.
It's and it is something to know what matters at the moment, but I've got one. I can't go into it.
Okay, I respect that.
I do think about regular as well.
Okay.
And it was me being a low life really, but I took it back if I could have.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, you've asked not to delve into it, so I won't follow on that. Who's been the biggest influence in your life?
Influence as well, I thought.
Just in life, everyone's got a big influence in their life, or I'm not going to say like an idol or hero or anything, but just...
Do you know, me brothers have been, listen, all the brothers have been a good influence to me. I feel emotional now. Honest, yeah, the brothers have been a big influence. My mum and dad, again, my dad's been a tough guy. Again, we were scared of my dad growing up. So really, not so much years ago, but more so like as we got older and that. But yeah, mum's been a big part of it, and the brothers and that. Yeah. Tyson, obviously Tyson's like, we and Tyson have been very close, very close. So we slept together. We done absolutely everything together because we was the same age, like not same age, but a couple of years apart. So we've been very close. We've been very close, and then Huey, he's been the baby of the family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We call him the baby of the family now. You know what I mean? If we're taking oath, it's on Huey's life. Yeah. So he's been that part of it. So he's been very close, and then John Boy has been the older brother. You know. Been the older brother, and he's been when we used to be off somewhere and we used to see John Boy up and down, and he's only young, he was only a kid, but he'd be like, I can remember one time, yeah, it was about that water coo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember one time we come down from Easter, and John Boy, like, even with his own kids now, he'll go Christmas time and he'd just go overboard. This room would be full of presents, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can remember, we used to get one Easter egg apiece. We'd get an Easter egg off me granny every year. Poor old granny gets an Easter egg. And we'd get an Easter egg, I think my dad would get one all the time, every year. But like, enough for a normal kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just enough, like, 98% of kids around the world, we would have a lot more than. You know what I mean? But we're just what it is. Grateful for what we had. But on this particular occasion, John would come back and we'd come downstairs, and he was probably about 15, 16. So he must have robbed them, yeah, because he wouldn't have had the money to pay for them. Generally, he must have done an armed robbery for them. He'd come back and the table was absolutely full of like all prestige Easter eggs, like all little what you might got the Mars bar and the Snickers free for a tenner or something. But then you would have got some other ones what wasn't in that deal. They're the ones like all the, and I can remember that was good. Yeah, so he's been a big part of it. And I got married. I got married with hardly no money, and he looked after me. So yeah, a big part of it.
I'm sure it wasn't an armed robbery for Easter eggs, though. Just point out where people.
It might have been an armed robbery, no one.
For Easter eggs.
Yeah, it might have been. And then, do you know what it is? What's a big shame? You know, like there's Tommy and Roman now, which is as brothers can be.
Yeah.
I didn't know him up until fucking 5 years ago. You know, which was a shame, wasn't it? Because what it was, and that was it. But never did have a relationship with Tommy and Roman up until recent, and it's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame that, but yeah.
Is your dad's relationship with each of his sons, are they the same in a certain way but different? Because I can imagine, would he not treat you differently to Tyson or to Huey or etc., but does he have different relationships with every son?
Yeah, listen, he's very close to Tyson because Tyson's got money and can give him what he needs, and he's not really close to us.
Man. I was thinking, what? What are you going about?
No, we've got
Jesus, I knew you was worried.
Each individual kid of my dad's has got a relationship with him, which is equal to it all.
Yeah.
You know, listen, he's close to Tyson because there's a lot riding on Tyson. Tyson's going in the ring next week and could get brain damage. You know, there's a lot emotionally invested with him. So he's close to Tyson. He's got a business with Tommy. He's close to Tommy. But when that's done, he's in my place eating some cabbage and taters, and you know, and kids love him. We take, you know, he's got a good relationship with all of us.
But we can see that from the outside.
What did you think there?
No, I thought, what are you going? No, I was
man.
thinking, is he saying we've got to cut out now? But we can see from the outside your dad's relationship how emotional he is with Tommy, and you know when they're fighting and
yeah, listen,
we
it's
see it,
and
yeah, it must be. It's his kids at the end of the day. So
nerve-wracking. We want them to do well and that there. And at the end of the day, my dad's took a role in Tommy's career as not just a nervous father wanting the best for him, as a business manager type role. And there's a lot rolling on it, isn't there? Because you can make some wrong decisions.
Of course.
You know, has he made the right decision? So on. It's on things, probably not the right decision in some things, but other things, good things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's not just a nervous father like he is with Tyson. He's took a role with Tommy with like a manager job, a trainer job, and he needs to get it right, doesn't he? So there's probably more pressure on his shoulders with Tommy than anything else.
But if you're going to trust someone, you trust someone in your own family. Your
Listen,
dad.
I believe you can't in our job. You can't trust anyone. I can't trust anyone, really.
But you can trust your family, can't you?
Yeah.
Like your dad and your brothers.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, for trust. Listen, trust goes a certain farness with me.
Trust no one.
Listen, I got cousins, which I'm as close as anyone can be to the cousins. Yeah, individually perfect. Yeah, but what I've seen and what I've actually seen firsthand, really, I was as close to other people and so on, and that trust has broke. So who knows? Like I could be close to him, that trust might break. But I know my own family's trust will never break because it means nothing to us. All the money and all the business and everything else, it means nothing because we don't value it. We're spoilt kids, and must have been like we don't value money. I'll take my kids to the shop and spend 50 quid a night on them. Get what you want. Do you know? I asked my two boys, did they want anything? Is there anything you want? And because they get what they want, no, Dad, thank you, but they're really polite. You know what I mean? Like you ask any kid, my brother hates it. Huey hates it. Yeah, like Huey will get him like get him a sweet or something, a bag of sweets. You walk in the shop, well, he's gone to put some diesel in, we've sat in the car, and he comes out with like a bag of Haribos or something, and he gives them the kids, no thanks, we're alright. And he hates it, like, because we was absolutely animals when we was kids. Yeah, we eat 6 bags of Haribos. My kids know, I'm okay, thanks. Because, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know what it is. Whether they're going to grow up good kids or not, they might grow up pieces of shit, I don't know. But they're doing well at the minute.
Well, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah,
What they're
they
doing.
do well at the minute. And any money they give, which we never done. We never, ever done.
Right.
Save up as
it.
kids.
I was going to say,
yeah?
save it. Yeah.
Any money. What, like, say if some fella come down what's never seen us for a long time.
Here's 20
and
quid
the boys,
or
here's
whatever.
20 quid a piece, boys. Well, that'd go in the pockets, and it'd either get lost out the pockets, either get lost in the pockets, or go to the shop and then 20 quid for sweets, yeah? These, like, go straight to the money bank, and they put it in money banks.
Well,
And they've
that's
actually got a few quid with doing that.
Yeah.
A good start, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that is a good thing, 100%.
Yeah.
Right, this one, nearly there. This is a bit difficult. It takes a little bit of thinking. If you want to come back to it...
No, go for it.
No, I'll ask the question if you want to come back to it.
What's difficult to a normal person is not difficult to me.
All right, let's see if you can answer this one, right?
And what's easy for a normal person might be difficult for me. It's twisted.
What song best explains your life?
Simple kind of man. You not heard that one? I don't actually know.
I don't think I have, to be fair.
Jesus, I'm not even going to go there. What song best explains? That one springs to mind because I'm a
Yeah, well, it
man.
must be that. Who sings that?
I have no idea. I think, does Chris Stapleton sings it? Or Simple kind of man. Something like that. I don't know.
Is it country and western?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
All right.
I'll have to
that's
simple
good.
man, simple kind of man. We'll have to Google it in a minute. Simple man. It's basically a simple man.
Okay. Before we finish.
Or
God.
the song "What a Man, What a Man, What a Man."
What a mighty good man.
Yeah.
That one.
No. Probably Simple Man.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Well, there you go.
God, could have timed that better. How old are you now? 35?
32 now.
32?
Yeah.
Added 3 years onto your life. 32. If you could go, so if I could take 32-year-old Shane Fury back in time to give advice to a 21-year-old Shane Fury, what would you say to him? You've got 2 minutes to tell him whatever you want to tell him.
I'd have to go back from there. I'd have to go back.
Further?
Yeah.
All right, what, 16?
Probably a bit younger than that, actually.
Really?
I would say to anyone, to a normal person, would be to make sure you educate yourself and the only advice I could, if I were to give, because I can't really give it.
But you're giving advice to
yourself. I'm giving advice. Let's say the advice to someone, the only advice, solid advice I could give to anyone would be, if I was to talk to a young person, would be to stay a child for as long as possible.
Right.
Because you're a long time a man.
Right, I get why you said why you did then, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all our family was up and down at young ages, getting a few quid, driving up and down.
Desperate to grow up, or? Yeah.
Just wanting to go out nightclubs and drive in.
Wanting it all to hurry up.
Yeah, and we was doing it at a very young age. And there's plenty enough time for that, isn't there?
Yeah.
And really, the best time of that don't come at that sort of age. It comes later, doesn't it?
Of course.
When you can chat to an old sort and get in a nightclub and have a nice time and buy a few drinks and do what you're doing.
You do. You half wish your life
when you want to
away,
go
don't
when
you?
you're a kid, you've got 5 quid in your pocket. You look 15 and you can't talk to a woman or nothing. You know what I mean? So be a kid for as long as possible. Okay. That would be my advice.
That's actually good advice. So that's what you would tell yourself at
That's what I
whatever
would
age. Yeah.
tell the kids, be a child for as long as possible. That don't mean a 22-year-old being a sausage. That means at 15, 16, you haven't got to worry, run up and down and be an adult. Go and build a treehouse.
That time will come.
Yeah. Or 12 or 13, 14,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Which is more so a travelling job
Yeah, I get that.
than men before the time.
Yeah.
And you're a long time a man, yeah. Long time having responsibility to look after someone else. So yeah, advice would be to a normal person, finish the school and try and do the best you can.
Okay, last one. What is that thing that kind of drives that fight within you to get up in the morning? When you get up in the morning, what's in your head to like just crack on with the rest of the day? What still drives you to do all them things that you do every day?
Well, without getting up when you've got a family and doing what you need to do, you can't, you know, if I don't go to work for a bit, I'm perfect for first few weeks. I'm living like a rock star. Let's go. You want to go this? We'll do that. Get the kids out. Yeah, whatever. But once that bit of money's gone out of that cupboard, and then after that I've got to go into my own bin and start spending. Yeah. Then it feels bad, and then I'm thinking, fucking hell, it's cost 300 quid that. Yeah. And then another grand gets out, and another, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that gives me the drive because I've got family, and in the modern world, listen, years ago when I was a kid, if a young, wealthy young lad had a good car, it'd be a transit van or something.
Yeah.
With a good radio system, you know what I mean? Or, yeah, pretty much a good van. And if he had a good van or a golf car or something, he was the man. Now, to be that same man, you need to have a fucking Ferrari. Do you know what I mean?
It's so true.
And my kids are no different. You know, I'm not gonna have my kids no different. If my girl now, she's 13-year-old, if her friends has got 600 quid trainers and bits of bags and so on, I'm not going to put my girl in shite, you know what I mean? So she has the same, and things are expensive, you know. So that's the drive. Just to be normal is the drive.
My little girl said to me the other day, I said, what do you want for Christmas? As it's all coming up on the TV, they've all put the things on, didn't they? You've been through all this when kids were younger. But she asked the other day for a phone.
Yeah, I'd say no.
She's 2 years old.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, fuck.
Well, my daughter's
2 years old.
My daughter's 13, and she had a phone the other day. I chucked it in the bin. I said, "There's plenty enough time for phones, and up and down. You got another 12 months in, and then you're allowed to go out with your pals, up and down, and doing what a young woman does. Again, being a big girl before they need it. Whatever's on that phone is not really much cop.
Yeah.
You know, there's not really much cop. Listen, they love it. I've got 4-year-old there, 5-year-old daughter. She's got a finger like that there. She'll sit on that there YouTube and watch how all like 15-second videos, like the Instagram shite. She'll sit on it for 4 hours looking at slime get made and fucking buttons getting sewed together. Do you know? But that's what she's looking at. But anything what 13-year-old girl's looking at is no good. So yeah, fuck the phones. Another 12 month, yeah, and then might get a phone next Christmas, and then yeah, forget the phones. Be a kid for as long as possible.
Okay, Shane, thank you very much for your time. You did say you was going to be a bit flat today, but you was the opposite of flat.
Absolute flying. I missed the gym.
Have you really?
Play to Coog.
Have you?
Thank you very much.
You've missed it.
Well, I'll have to go and I'll do a bit.
Appreciate your time, Shane, and hopefully we'll definitely catch up with you again soon. But I do appreciate your time, mate.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, thank you for the interview. If I can't get a job when I get back, I'm going to call you for a job.
Okay.
All right, I'll do the Manchester podcasting, whatever you call it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right.